Our next witness is Mr. Wes Smith. Mr. Smith is the president of E&E Manufacturing Company in Plymouth, Michigan, a company whose products are found on millions of American-made vehicles. Mr. Smith is testifying on behalf of Motor and Equipment Manufacturers Association. Since 1904, MEMA has exclusively represented and served manufacturers of motor vehicles components. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. And again, my name is Wes Smith, and I am the president and owner of E&E Manufacturing Company. And I appreciate the opportunity to discuss the challenges we small suppliers in the motor vehicle industry face. My company, E&E Manufacturing, is one of these small suppliers. We're located in Plymouth, Michigan, and Athens, Tennessee. We began our business over 45 years ago. It has since grown its footprint from a small 5,000 square foot shop to almost a 500,000 square foot world-class service supplier of highly engineered stamped metal solutions, and we are proud to have several patents under our belt. We were the first metal stamping company also in the nation to be awarded the Michigan Voluntary Protection Program Star Award from OSHA for our outstanding safety program. And are determined to continue to provide safe and meaningful employment to our over 200 employees. And again, this is actually a national program under OSHA, and we were the first metal stamper to receive that, and we're very proud of that. We're also currently on track to reach our $50 million in sales this year. This projection, however, is only 50%, which we had previously forecasted for our 2009 budget. That the economic climate is a difficult one is no news to anyone. Despite the significant challenges facing the motor vehicle supplier industry, very little assistance has been focused on small suppliers, and we urge the committee to work with others to craft specific policies to address the needs of these suppliers. The auto industry is one of the most, in its supply base, is one of the most intricate industrial complexes. On one side is the vehicle manufacturers, a dozen or so major original equipment manufacturers, OEMs, that dominate world production, have sales measuring in the tens to hundreds of billions of dollars. And on the other side is a dozen or so major material suppliers, the steel, aluminum, and plastic providers that too have sales measured in the tens of billions of dollars. Caught in between are the over 3,000 suppliers that produce the 10,000 parts that make up every passenger car and truck. All of these parts of the supply chain are interdependent. Just as an example, 51% of GM suppliers are also in Ford Motor supply base. In revenue dollars, this interdependency is even more dramatic. 90% of the dollar amount that GM spends is with suppliers who also supply Ford. Because of drastically reduced volumes and non-functional capital market, this interdependent structure is in crisis. Financial assistance to suppliers has not provided small manufacturers with the capital and resources to survive. And let me give you three examples. Firstly, the U.S. Treasury program was designed to provide protection against bankruptcy risk of General Motors and Chrysler. The program targeted only direct, larger first-tier suppliers of GM and Chrysler. As such, smaller suppliers facing financial distress are completely dependent on their first-tier customers to provide financial assistance through the supply chain. Secondly, Section 136 of the Energy Interdependence and Security Act of 2007 authorized grants and direct loans to eligible applicants for projects to re-equip, expand, and establish manufacturing facilities. The grant program had originally set aside money for small suppliers, but in the end, the grant program has not been funded. Since the issuance of the rule last fall, the DOE has received over 100 loan applications. MEMA understands that a majority of the applications were component manufacturers, but it is highly unlikely that the smaller applicants will ever be able to qualify for these loans. Thirdly, the SBA programs have been the foundation of small supplier support for decades. However, the SBA loan programs are limited to only $2 million. Since suppliers are expected to fund a great deal of research and development in large OEM projects, the loan amounts have limited their usefulness and our participation. Although small manufacturers should be able to turn to the SBA loan program, the current system is simply not designed to meet the needs of manufacturers with substantial raw material research and development costs and working capital needs. Perhaps these unintended consequences, unintended or not, these consequences are significantly detrimental to my company's ability to protect and grow meaningful manufacturing jobs in Plymouth, Michigan, and Athens, Tennessee. I myself have traveled to D.C. a number of times and have met with over 100 members of Congress, officials at the White House, as well as the Departments of Commerce, Treasury, and the USTR to speak about manufacturing issues. In order for change to take place, everyone must join in this fight. We are pleased to work with the committee members on initiatives laid out in my written statement, and I would like to thank you for your time and efforts to making the millions of American manufacturing voices heard. Our only hope is that this message is heard and understood and acted upon before it's too late. Thank you.